Hey, yo, what's going on? But once again, bros, women, bronies, and pegasisters, otaku, ziki, motos out there. I'm especially talking to you guys out there today. This is the one, the only, of course, Mr. Nintendo Sony Free 2011, aka Cruising Guide 2009. Of course, you guys are resting on his channel. Check out freedomway.com. Of course, shopping the studios on that. If any people want special channel banners on it, specifically images for you guys, all the good shit. Links to the description box down below and station on the side if any people want to watch this video with me, or if any people are interested in a business partner program, best friends around, all the good stuff. And yeah, I know I usually don't say the full title on that most of the time, but kind of felt like it was kind of right to do it this time around. So, I've heard about this YouTuber for so many years, even way back in 2010. Holy fuck. It was like my sophomore, junior year at that time when I was still doing community college shit. And then that was absolutely stressful as fuck. But, you know, college isn't always for everyone. Even I did like 4 years of it, just... I was only going to do 4 years of it anyways. Thank God I was able to get over that. Still got my little mini degrees for like computer engineering. Thank God, because it was a big pain in the ass, more in the head than it was in the ass to get that shit. But other than that, yeah, it's good in that bullshit. You guys don't want to give a fuck about any of those things that I went through. But yeah, this one is from Gaijin Goombah. I heard about this dude so many other times. He's worked with obviously big giant, the very, very well known people like Matt Pack, aka the Game Theorist, and Trailer Drake, and who else? And Ronnie, and all these other guys out there that did a lot of like video game theories out there. Even though he has a giant ass team of people that do a lot of his research and development stuff for him, you know, it's still very funny ass entertaining dude. I know he has that other video channel that came out, I think it was late 2014, early 2015 last year, or the year before, late last year, year before 2014. I don't know when it was, but he made this other channel called The Film Theorist. And he only does videos there once every 2-3 weeks or once every month. So yeah, pretty crazy shit. So, anyways, this one's called What is Fanservice? Goombah Real Talk. So, before to begin, I'm going to get a drink of this Powerade because I'm starting to get thirsty as shit. I also thirst quencher, but I don't give a fuck. It's really good flavor. Flavorful taste. There we go. Other than that, let's get into this thing. It's 15 minutes long. It's a little bit longer than the other video I reacted to just a couple minutes ago. But you guys won't know that until probably a couple days from now. 3, 2, 1, let's get in. And I guess it's probably going to talk about a lot of anime-related stuff. So he gets into deep into a lot of culture shock. Not religion too much, but a lot of like really old traditional stuff that Japan did over the years or over the centuries in this matter. And stuff from around the world. So he talks a lot about video game characters being like where their origins of backstories of their cultural traditions, and what like their customs and creeds and like a lot of their history, cultural story backgrounds were about. So a lot of you guys might know, maybe some of you might not. Yeah, let's go. Let's do this shit. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hey everyone, Gaijin Goombah here. I know you're expecting another game exchange, but my doctor says I gotta take it easy this week for blood pressure problems and things of that nature. So I figured it would be a good time to do another Real Talk with Goombah, and I've got a special guest with me this time as well.
Hi!
And I got Aki with me.
Hi!
They can't see your face here.
Hi, I'm Aki!
Oh my gosh. So I guess think of this as just kind of like a bit of a podcast, as a carryover while I try and get a little bit better. So I've talked about what it means to be otaku. I've talked about the Me video, which was a lot about it, and now I
actually did a reaction video of that almost 2 years ago. That
with the advent of
that freaked me the fuck out, man. It is very hard as fuck for me to get freaked the hell out.
I'm sure you guys have saw the video about that, and there's a lot of journalists just having a field day with it.
They haven't done the 1 minute
in the
really
most professional way as
time.
possible. But I kind of stepped back and I was like, you know, what does fan service really mean? What is it attributed to? And should it be what we've defined it to be? So
yeah, that's definitely nothing new. Always with the big ass titties.
Yeah, I guess we can go with that. So like, what do you think?
From back in middle school and high school, I was all about that shit. And after that, I got the fuck out. Literally, man. It was way too extremely perverted back in those days.
Other games.
I would have seen that the way that I had my crazy ass fucking
immature
immature mind back then. I probably would have fucking bound to it. But not gonna lie.
Strictly, like sexual stuff, like big butt, showing a butt, nudity that's like
It's like softcore porn in a way. That's what it fucking is.
It's always one-sided too, right? Like it's always like female.
I have noticed that.
I remember he actually stated in one of his videos that
anytime you see someone's butt,
what was it called?
Get their freaking panties.
He actually said Japan's one of the most perverted fucking countries in the world, which I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually a fact. But that's that cultural aspect. I give mad respect to it. It's what it is. I know some people see it as extremely offensive, but
that's fan service.
Well, yeah, but we'll get to that in a bit. But it's just like it's kind of weird because fan service is now something very, very specific.
This is like 2 weeks
and
old,
really
too, by the way.
Apparently only applies to video games and anime, sometimes manga. But it really is one-sided, and it really is just giving the fans, like, exploitation of the female form and whatnot. And honestly,
there's
I
a
don't
lot
think
of
it really
cross shots
should
where they show the
be
pussy
that.
and
I
everything.
feel like that's not really that
crazy,
fair.
bro.
Because when you break
not
down
even
the
real
words
either.
fan
It sells probably
service,
even more than
you're
real
giving
life.
service to the
I
fans.
honestly
You're
wouldn't be
basically
surprised in
giving
that
to the
matter.
fans what they want to see.
If it turns in
Even
that
if
type
it, like,
of aspect, sort of title
in either
have
replacing
you.
or just kind of overpassing actual plot, character development, things of that nature. It's strictly in there just to make fans happy, but not really contributing much more to the product.
Yeah, it's not game breaking or anything.
I'm gonna have to do a two-parter in this reaction just in case anything happens.
But I mean, at the same time, when you say that a lot of fan service, regardless of how it's defined, doesn't really add anything to the ongoing plot.
No, it doesn't.
So
it's just there for funsies, for lolz.
For funsies.
For fun.
I haven't heard that
word in
years. Holy fuck, man. Shit, that's not brand new, but
I don't know,
it's very nostalgic.
Would you say
extremely very annoying passive
there are
aggressive
far more fan service games than we realize, or aspects of fan service that really is fan service? We really don't call it that.
Yeah.
So it's like you mentioned.
I've never actually played
Devil May
that game that they're
before.
playing, by the way.
It's interesting. I would classify
something to do
a
with,
lot
like,
of that
Ninja Sword or
game
feminist
under
girls,
female
like,
fan service.
beating
Like
the
that,
shit out of, like,
it's
mythical
so
monsters
hilarious
in
to me. It's like
Japanese
people
form.
get so wound. It's like you said earlier. People got so wound up about Senran Kagura, about DOA Extreme 3 and Bayonetta and all these games. And then you've got like
I gotta pause it there for a second because if any people don't know what DOA is, it's Dead or Alive. Holy fucking shit, man. Was my mind so warped around in perversion and lust whenever I played that game back in the day? I think it was on the PS2 and Xbox at that time. Which actually, I'm not gonna lie, I'll admit, I really loved the shit out of Xbox back then, because I wasn't a huge fanboy of everything Sony did. I was still a fanboy of Nintendo, and I still am to this day, or fan guy to be pretty much more specific. But adds a lot of crazy ass sexual exploitation in those games. It's pretty much a whole bunch of these chicks. And then there was another one, like, it was an English version of it. It was called Rumble Roses, if any people remember that. And there was a shit ton of fan service in those games. Like, the jiggleness of the boobs and the boob jiggleness and everything else, and the legs and the thighs that they showed on the females there was out of this fucking world. Oh my god, man. I know me and my friends at that time used to play a lot of that shit. I think it was at my cousin's house at that time, and they're not dead or anything, but they had to move to California about 7.5 years ago. It was a long time ago. I still keep in touch with them every now and then, but lives a lot more busier just as mine is, so I don't get to talk to them as much as I used to, but it's real fun whenever we talk on Facebook and stuff. But other than that, woo, there's that one, and there's like another edition where they show volleyball where they're like, besides them fighting each other and all that shit. Like, oh my god. I even found out like about a week ago that there was this one guy that was like, there was actually these mod hacks or whatever out there somewhere in forums from beyond my reach. I don't know where the fuck they got them from. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some like fucking porn sites or whatever, but it was like a mod thing to do that, what's it called? That you're able to like unlock a version of like Chun-Li and I think Cammy when they're both naked or whatever. And I was like, holy fuck, really now? At the same time, honestly, you shouldn't be surprised, especially the millennials, they're gonna eat into this shit very quickly. Especially a lot of horny little boys and preteens out there, and teenagers in general, they're probably gonna eat this shit up like white on rice. So, yeah, that's all I have to say on that. Let's keep continuing.
Gosh, you're gonna have to help me find the picture, but like the freaking scissor lock that's like he and Virgil.
Oh no, him and Nero from Devil May Cry 4.
See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
That's fancy. I saw that the first time I saw that. I was thinking, ooh, naughty boys.
Now, why does that get a pass, ladies and gentlemen?
I know. I've seen the picture like redone in so many different forms. Yay, fan art.
It kind of it kind of drives me crazy, because it's like, we talked about this last time we were trying to record this, but it's like when it comes to guy smut, I guess for lack of a better way to put it, it's horribly
Guy
shamed.
smut?
Society casts it out. Female smut. It's
Especially in
freaking
the religion
publicated
shit.
in books.
I've seen
made
it.
into
I've grown up with that
movies,
shit.
Widespread
It's
appeal.
fucking annoying as hell.
I don't understand. I don't
these
understand.
fucking fake
I
ass little
complain
Christians
about the
like, oh, you can't
one-sidedness
play
that
this
is
or
violence
that.
versus
I had to
sexuality.
deal with that shit
But if
for
we're
so
going to be
many
talking
years.
about
It's
that kind
fucking
of fan
ridiculous,
service,
man.
it's absolutely
It
slanted
staggered
in
me
favor
so
of
many
women.
fucking
It just
levels.
is.
It's just
Society's
fucking-
let it be that.
Ugh.
I feel like
Made it feel like
I
fucking trash, and I hated
part
it
of
so
female
goddamn
fan
much. It
service and
sucked.
Male fan service. I feel like the female
Let's get
stuff
back to this,
is
though.
almost a little more subtle, I guess.
Well, it's more subtle.
hidden.
Well, it's because
Maybe that's why it gets a better pass.
well, it's because it's
can
not
see that,
really
yeah.
shown.
Yeah.
For guys like men, I hate to speak for all men, but I'm going to do it anyway. We're a very
Oh, he's going to that
visual,
territory now. Okay.
Like gender.
Unless he's
I
gonna go
suppose.
MGTOW,
That's not
okay,
fair, 'cause
we're
I'm
going
very
their own
visual.
ways.
Okay.
I'm a weird female. I can read smut, but I honestly prefer like the doujinshi, like the drawn like manga. I personally prefer that because I'm too lazy to imagine this crap.
They can't hear you, hun. You gotta
Sorry,
speak louder than
I'm
that.
too lazy to imagine this crap. I like my visual smut. Thank you very much.
Okay, fine. I will give that to you. But it's like, I think it's twofold of thus.
Mhm.
One, it's that it's typically in written form,
Mhm.
and it's not visual, which visual, it just impacts you in the face a lot harder. And the other thing,
visual
too, is
aspect
that
of anything
we
always
still
impacts
have
you hard as fucking
so
face,
many
man.
people that are like, this is a male-dominated society. Therefore, it's like, I don't know, I just feel like men are extra large targets for things like this. Where women, since women have had such a history of
I was
downtrodden,
looking for my remote, just in
it's
case
like,
you
oh, well,
wonder
we
why
can
I
let
put
that
my
go
head
because
left
they've
to
had it
right
rough
like
for a
that.
really long time, and I don't think that's fair, but I think that's the reason why. Let's keep talking about different kinds of fan service. Like, we talked about Project Cross Zone. I think Project Cross Zone is a fan service
I haven't
game.
heard about that.
Because honestly,
Unless this is the
can you
game
guys
that they're
either
playing,
recall the
Project
plot
Cross
of that game, or do you even care about it? Because I would argue that everyone was just interested in seeing all of Capcom's characters getting together and fighting. Now, there is nothing wrong with that. That needs to be the overall message of this, is that there's nothing wrong with fan service. It's just, fan service is not limited to TNA. It's really not. I mean, honey, you just beat the game. How fan service do you think it is?
I'm trying to remember the plot.
Uh-huh. That's what I mean. It's like, fan service never usually excels the plot. Thus, if you can't even recall the plot, it's a fan service game.
Something about a guy wanting to stone and destroy the world, kind of generic crap. But I mean, I like crossover type games where it's like some crap happened and then like dimensions like merge and then everybody's like, oh hey, what's up? Oh, we're fighting this dude. Oh, we're fighting this dude. Oh, well, there's another big bad guy that they're working for.
Oh man, the immersion levels of those games
let's all
are
go.
fucking
And I will admit,
really
every time
nice
it
as
was
fuck.
like
It's
Dante's
spectacular.
turn, I fangirl a little bit.
It's
I'm
one
like,
thing I will main.
But see,
I
that's
will
what I
like
mean.
admit. It's good.
It's like, the whole point of that game is to get fans going on.
Supposed to captivate
because
you and
all
like
of these
hypnotize
characters
the shit
together.
out of you.
It's
man.
like,
Ariel
really does.
even had like Zero and X.
Not gonna
yeah,
lie.
I was about to
Cool
say,
too.
if you had like combining Zero or X with like Ryu and whatnot, and freaking Ace Attorney, it's wasn't there like a Monster Hunter reference in there too?
I think it's
in the second one.
I haven't
But
played
that's what I
one.
mean. It's like, can we just agree that that is a fan service game? And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but we need to really redefine the term. Now, let's talk about something that I love talking about, Mortal Kombat. I don't care who you are, that is a fan service game. Mortal Kombat has always been a fan service
Oh
game.
yeah.
Does
Shit
anyone
ton.
really remember the plot? No? Does anyone really care about the plot? I kind of don't think so. The last couple of times Mortal Kombat tried...
Yeah, before I do keep moving on with this video reaction shit, man. That's a game I already talked about so many fucking times. I did a couple of reaction videos on that. And for the newer generation ones, not the older ones, because, they're way old as fuck. And unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to play a lot of those, because not going to get into too much things. I had a lot of bullshit to do with religion in the house I was living at that time. Yeah, the family was not supportive of games like those. It sucked fucking ass, but, being a 90s kid, controversy was very, very big with the FCC fucking deleting almost everything that you fucking had control over of. They're still trying to do that with the internet, but still haven't had any success yet. I hope it stays that way, but it's probably not going to be that way forever, but that goes in a lot of conspiracy theory shit, which I'm not going to talk about on this channel. It's more on my Criticism Guide 2009 channel if you want to read up more on that aspect of, theories and all that shit, which most of them are pretty much fact by now. And yeah, let's keep it moving.
to have plot, it turned out not so great. But I would argue that games like Mortal Kombat or Manslaughter or, I don't know, even like Hatred, even though Hatred was just, it was just a game that existed just for shock value alone. But it's like, No, this is
that only got a shit
what
ton
I would
of
call a
controversy. Only
violence
like 2
fan
years ago,
service
it was like
game.
2014
It's like,
when it came
oh
out.
cool, how many ways can we freaking slice a person apart or whatever?
Yeah, that was a
It's
shit
just,
ton of death.
and again, I don't have any personal problems with it. Like, I tear down Mortal Kombat so much, but I seriously do not have a problem with the game existing. But it's like, you can't tell me that Mortal Kombat is not a fan service game. Like, would you agree with me? Because Aki's loved the game for the game franchise for a long time.
I grew up playing Mortal Kombat, and unfortunately, one of the last Mortal Kombat games I actually played was actually Deadly Alliance, because that was where it kind of started doing the whole like combo heavy stuff, and I suck at remembering all the button combinations, and they added kind of like a weird RPG element, and I'm like, I just want to beat the crap out of people to let off steam.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing too. It's like there were so many.
I can agree with that. For
granted,
sure.
the movesets were different, but
The
more
same
like
mindset.
early
Hell
Mortal
yeah, I
Kombat
used to
felt
love
very
beating the shit
recycled.
out of people. And
Like
the
all
other
the
games, though, like
a lot of the
Street Fighter and
animations
the other
were
one,
the
I
exact
was
same. A
able
lot
to
of the
play
basic
those,
attack
thank goodness.
animations were the exact same. A
Tekken.
lot of the designs
I
were the
definitely
exact
grew up
same.
with those two,
So you
for
didn't
sure.
play Mortal Kombat for interesting character development or really, really pretty fighting. If you wanted that, you would typically play Street Fighter. No, we played it because it was the most graphically violent game out there.
Well, I mean, in terms of the animations, I mean, you got to think of what they had to work with the technology at the time. I think they did pretty good.
I don't.
for what they did have.
But then you can look at a game like Street Fighter. This is where we have a divide,
Yeah.
by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I would argue that, and we're getting away from the topic.
Sorry.
No. But I would honestly say that we should hold them higher than that
Mhm.
because Street Fighter did such a
Just
good
don't hold
job
high
of creating
pedestal.
individual characters.
Yeah.
I
It's
remember
one of the big
like
threes.
the first
hugest games that came out in
Lee
the 90s
did
way
a
back
video
when.
that highlighted that,
Shit.
and I'll put a
A
link
lot
up
of nostalgic
somewhere.
memories.
But he
of
talked
this.
about how like Street Fighter was really diverse.
You're not even get to play the third one very
Whatever.
much.
Anyway, so there's a couple more. Let's talk about Need for Speed and Initial D, because that is also those are complete fan service
I was
franchises.
a huge fan
Because it's
service
car
game,
fan
Need for Speed.
service.
I didn't care too much for it, but I did like it a little
servicing
bit. I'm
fans
not
of,
gonna
like,
lie, it
cars.
was really, really
I
nice and
actually grew up playing
breathtaking.
Need for
But
Speed as well.
a lot of the little
And again,
stories in that
no-
were involved
no
in that
problems
series were
whatsoever.
really cool.
But it's like
absolutely awesome.
you can't sit there and tell me that
Couldn't
it's
argue
not
with those
a type
type
of
of
fan service
statements.
game because it's just all about cars, all
Yeah.
about cars.
Especially with like Need for Speed Carbon, I think that was the most recent one I played. It's like
I was still
you
more
drive
bigger
these
than Gran
sexy
Turismo.
cars and you get to race.
And way
you,
back
like,
in the day, when CTR
drift,
like
and I'm like,
Crash
I
and
can't do
Racing
that
and the
stuff
Mario
in real life.
Karts,
I definitely want to
the
do
original
pretty
ones
cars,
before the newer
and
ones
I
came
don't
out.
have to pay the insurance for
I was
this.
hypnotized like crack
But
cocaine with
it's
those fucking games, man.
These kinds of
It was
games
Multiple
though are
Flame,
not
that's
for
what it was.
everyone.
Yeah.
I
Put
mean
in
that's
better
the thing
terms.
too is that a fan service game is not necessarily for everyone.
Yeah, there's a different niche.
Yeah.
So it's a niche audience.
Yeah, we might as well call fan service just like niche service.
Yeah.
Because that's also what it is.
Might as well.
And then you've got like people are gonna hate me for saying this, but I also think that GTA is a fan service game in itself because it's just a massive power trip.
Mm.
And again, it's not something that everyone enjoys and everyone likes.
Oh yeah,
But
just like that one
it's
scene in
something
GTA
that
5 where
a niche of people.
Johnny
well,
Keebless
I
gets
can't really say that 'cause a
from the
lot of
Grand
people
Theft Auto
love
Lost
that
in
game.
the Damn
But I
series
just
and
feel
the
like
original
it's
GTA
in
4.
itself is a fan
He
service
gets
game
his ass
because
whooped really
its
bad
plot
and he ends up getting murdered
really
and killed by
important.
Yeah.
No one
what
plays
was that one dude?
no one plays GTA for the story or the plot. Like
I fucking forgot his
And
name.
if you do, please tell me what the story
It
is.
is like half
Yeah.
of the ball.
Because I have no
forgot his
idea.
fucking name. He
I
has that
just like to
tattoo
get the
that's
cheat
like
codes, get the
cut-
Molotov cocktails, the
cut
rocket
in half.
launchers,
It's
and
weird.
like spawn a couple tanks and then just go blow stuff
And
up.
those the
no,
black
that's
dude,
not to
one
say
of
that's
them,
not
and
to
then
say
the
that
other
the
guy, I
characters
forgot
are
what his name was.
uninteresting.
It was
I'm sure they
Michael
are.
Trevor.
It's
That's
just,
what it was.
I
Trevor
don't
Phillips.
know how
Ends up beating the shit out of
story-driven
Johnny
GTA
Keebless
games
really,
are,
really
and they don't
bad.
necessarily
And
have
he kills him.
Well, because I
That was a
played
big fan service
GTA
part there.
3 and Vice City. Well, I think we're like the first
So you
one
guys
I
should
played.
remember
I
that. That was less than
played
like 2.5 years
San
ago.
Andreas.
You gotta talk louder.
I think it was San Andreas that played, and that one actually did kind of have like a kind of like an in-depth story, kind of going through.
And it had
and
small
I kind
fan
of through a
service.
little bit, and I
It was
was
just
like,
like that
"That's
one
good. Where's
mission
my
where
Molotov
CJ
cocktail?"
ends up going to that one area in GTA 3
Okay, so
where he
and
ends
here's
up
the
having to
thing
kill
too.
the other half of the
I would
mafias
argue
or
that like
whatever. That was real
90%
cool
of
as fuck.
DLC is fan service.
Mhm.
It just like, please convince me otherwise, guys. I would love to be convinced otherwise, but I don't believe it for a second. We talked about Monster Hunter and the Nintendo, like the extra Nintendo DLC that's been coming on. That's fan service.
Alright.
It really is, because it's like you can be Link, which is something a whole lot of fans like, or
I think
you
Super
can
Mario
have,
makers have
I'm
been
still-
doing
I
that
still
shit
have to get the
a
Tiger
lot,
attached
like
to
deliberately,
it.
non-stop. Man.
Yeah.
I really have
And
Yeah.
it just
or
had
no,
Starfy
it
or
was a
Uh,
War
Starfy to
well,
Star or
I
whatever.
think it was a Warframe.
That was
They also
real,
had
real
the
big when
the
that
deal
hit.
Uniqlo.
Yeah,
It's
they
hit Super
did.
Mario
that.
Maker like a couple
They
weeks
also
ago.
had Metroid.
3 weeks
You
ago.
got the Mario Brothers in there as
Yeah.
well,
And then-
all kinds of stuff.
And Bayonetta did the exact same thing with all the
Yeah.
different stuff, and it's just It doesn't advance the plot. It doesn't help the plot, certainly. It's just there because fans
especially
like it,
last year
fans
when
want
she
it to be
Smash
there.
Bros.
So I guess
And then
the whole
again
point I'm
when
trying
she
to
was
make,
in
we actually
Death
gotta
Battle
wrap this
last
up.
month.
The whole point I'm trying to make is
My
Fanservice
God.
should
Not
not
even comment on those
exclusively
videos.
be like
To watch my
teen
reactions
anime.
to those
Because
ones those last year and
this
one
whole
those a month
conversation
ago.
was, it applies to so many other areas. This concept applies to so many areas.
You want to get my overall indulgence on
I know
those
that this
videos.
doesn't necessarily have a whole
I
lot
was
of
hype as
one-to-one
fuck when I
with
saw it, by the
culture,
way,
but
so you might want
this
to
is
turn the
kind of our
volume down.
gaming culture.
I'll scream my
or
fucking
our
head off
nerd
in that
culture,
video.
and it's
Those
something
both
that I
those
do like to
video
talk about
reactions.
from time to time. But we just, I don't know. I just feel like we need to call a spade a spade. You know, we need to stop generalizing and just look at how.
Oh, generalizations,
and
everything in the fucking
and the
world.
bottom line is just.
It's unfortunate. There's a lot of fucked up segregation.
And if you
Not
don't
just with
enjoy
racism,
it,
there's a whole bunch of other
topics
topics
you're
on
not
this
attributing
conversation.
anything
Not going to delve into those.
to the gaming culture, the gaming scene, anything
That's
by
strictly for
reviewing
gaming,
and talking bad about a game just because you don't like it. That's something that has kind of really spurred me to talk about this, is that I've seen people time and time again, I've seen, quote, professional reviewers and websites just bash
It's like me.
multiple games.
I know there's two big
because they just
franchises
don't
out there.
like
One's
it,
for the Xbox,
and
the
so they
Halo
find
series.
everything wrong with it, and then
I
continue
really
to
don't give a
not
shit about it.
mention
I don't
any
hate it
positives or
completely, but
questions
still.
out because they say
I
it's
just
a
never
fan
cared
game
for it,
or
period.
fans
Same
or
with the
this.
Final Fantasy series for Sony.
It's just dumb.
And it just
There
never
are
fucking
quite a few games that were super
caught
popular that I don't care for.
never
I
just,
don't
like,
like, and I'm just
got really
whatever.
Yeah.
Just, I'll go over
never
here. I'll
really
play my games. You guys go play
what's
that.
the names
Yeah.
I'm looking for?
So
I never really dedicated a lot of my time and effort
I'll
on
be
those
rolling
games.
out a new game
Pretty much
exchange,
never, because
hopefully
it
next
just
week.
never struck me very
so,
well.
I don't know.
Just
Is there
hasn't.
things you want to add, hon?
There are millions of other people that have for me, and probably a handful of others.
From me.
Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
all,
and Halo,
all
they
of
just
the
never
video
gave a shit
footage
about
I'm
both those
overlaying on
series
this
ever.
is from
It's
Aggie
way too
Plays and
overhyped
Us
and
Playing
overrated,
Cinema
man.
Kagura.
And you can say
It's
that
gonna
to
be
people
fun.
that
They
like
can't see your
Pokemon
face
and My
here.
Pony and shit.
You should
I love
I'll
absolutely the
make
shit
it
out of
right.
those franchise series,
So
but
go check that
some
out once
people
you're done
probably
here.
really hate them.
Just to have a good old time.
For them, I don't really care. It's all good.
Anyway, until next time, everyone, this is Gaijin Goombah
Check 'em out.
signing out.
Yeah, so overall thoughts, views, and opinions. Man, there's a lot of things to get into. Actually, the only two things I'm going to say. Shout out for having that dude Gaijin Goombah having his wife over when they were actually doing this real talk thing. I guess it was a mini podcast, if you want to call it that type of video material, whatever they're going to be working with, whatever they were working with at that time. But still, number one, and not everyone's going to like every video game that you like. You just got to learn to accept it and enjoy whatever franchise that you want to enjoy to. And number two, other big fan service games that are just built upon fan service, like stacks and stacks of fucking pancake service of all these other fan service materials out there is just fucking ridiculous. Just learn to deal with it, even though this is the internet and everyone's going to see eye to eye with each other. And that's it. Links to the description box down below. Annotation outside for any people who want to see this video on their own. I'm done here. Peace out once again, bros, women, bronies, and pegasisters, otakus, and most out there. We'll see you when I see you. You guys have a good day, have a good night, wherever you are around the world. Don't drink smoke at the same time. Don't take the reckless. Keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it chill, get elected out there. And until then, that's it, guys. Peace out, ladies and guys. Stay tuned. More videos coming soon. Brand new videos on the channel almost every single day. Stay in the grind, stay safe, stay healthy. Be easy, be you, do it yourself. Peace out, my sauerkraut. I'm gone and getting out of here. Stay tuned more for your content channel. Stay tuned for more updates. Take it easy. See you guys soon, deuces. And even though this is the internet, there's always gonna be a little troll pieces of shit stain motherfuckers out there. Just don't let the haters get to you. Please don't. Do your own thing, regardless if people like it or not. Just as long as it's legal and it's not hurting or killing anyone, by all means, go right the hell for it. Go follow your hopes and dreams if you believe in that type of stuff. Peace and goodbye, and stay tuned more future content.